So good afternoon to all. We will start today's discussion now. On last 2 to 3 lectures, we are discussing about the unit number 4, that is Introduction to Logical Circuits. We have completed logic gates, the discussion regarding logic gates. Then we have started with the standard logic expression forms, that is sum of product and product of sum. So in last lecture, we have seen sum of product form completely. And we have also seen standard sum of product, or it is also called as canonical sum of product. Now in this lecture we will see the product of sum form and the standard product of sum form. Okay, so afterwards we will see these many contents. These are the contents of unit number 4. So at the starting we have seen about, we have discussed something related to the Boolean algebra. Then we have find out that simplification of Boolean function is important. It can be done by using two methods, algebraic and graphical. So graphical method, that is using Karnaugh map, is in your syllabus. And to approach at that particular point, these are the basic rules. Okay, you should know the sum of product, standard sum of product form, standard product of sum form. Okay, in order to learn the K map. Then we have seen there a Boolean expression can be represented in two ways, either sum of product or product of sum. So this is general sum of product. Okay, you can observe here in this, if let's say I'm assuming example A, then it was the function of three variables. But then again, you can observe that in each term, one variable was absent. In this term, C was absent, and in this term, A was absent. So it is not a standard SOP form. Okay. So we have seen that how to get standard SOP form. So whichever term is missing, you have to add the that particular, whichever variable is missing in any term. So just now I will again explain this. So now I'm talking about this term. So in this term it was C was missing, so that's why we have added C plus C bar. Similar thing in this term, A was missing, so that's why we have added A plus A bar. And then we have expanded this particular thing in order to get the standard SOP form. Okay, so standard SOP is also called as canonical SOP, right? Then we have seen the what is the mean by mean term. So mean term is nothing but a product term which contains all the variables of function. Okay, so if your term consists of all the variables, so in this case it is the function of three variables. So suppose in your term all three variables are present, it doesn't matter whether it is in complementary form or non-complementary form, right? You have to just observe that whether the variables are present or not. If they are present, then that particular term will be mean term. And we have also find out that maximum number of mean terms possible for any function is given by 2 raised to power n, where n is the number of variable. So if your function is of three variables, so how many total mean terms will be possible? 2 raised to power 3, that is 8. Okay, we have already discussed that. Just a small recap. Then we have seen this table, the mean term, total mean terms of for two variable Boolean function. So possible mean terms was 4, and these were the mean terms. We have also seen the designation. So this suffix is nothing but the digital equivalent of this binary code. Similarly, we have seen this for three variable Boolean function. And what is the important thing here, that uh, we have discussed that if the value assigned to variable, if it is 0, then you have to write the complement. Okay, this is very important. If value assigned to a variable, so suppose I am considering this particular case, you can observe that values assigned to all three variables are 0. So that's why the complementary form is written here. Similarly, if there is no value assigned to ABC is 1, then there is no complementary form. Okay. So this is the important thing because it will vary in product of some case. Okay. So then we have seen about for 4 variables also we have seen, so total possible minterms will be 2 raised to power 4, that is 16. So these are the, if you observe, this is the equivalence of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, binary equivalent of 7, and then here from 8 to 15. So total 16 minterms are present, and similar logic you have to apply. If value assigned to variables are 0, then you have to take complementary form, and if value assigned to variables is 1, then you have to take non-complementary, means simple ABC, right? Then this is the another representation of the same function. Okay, so in earlier example we have seen that 4 minterms were present. So what we have done, we have find out the digital. Just let me go back a couple of slides. So I'm talking about this. So in this expression, what we have done, we have found out there are 4 minterms, and how we have taken the value of suffix, that here complementary will be 0, b, it is non-complementary, hence it becomes 0, 1, 1. Similarly, this becomes 0, 1, 0. So that you will get at the suffix of your minterm, that is, which is this actually minterm. So this is nothing but 3. So this minterm is M3. This binary equivalent is nothing but 2. So this minterm is M2, M suffix 2. Similarly, you have to do it for all the cases. Okay. So either you can represent like this, or you can represent like this. So function ABC are nothing but the summation, because it is sum of products. So minterms are in products, and thus operation between two minterms are sum. So total M1, M2, M3 and M5 minterms were present. So again, you have written that summation of minterms. But which minterms are present? 1, 2, 3 and 5. Right? Then we have seen the expansion of Boolean expression in SOP form to standard SOP form. So we have find out that suppose this is the SOP form is given. Okay, so how to convert it from SOP to standard SOP? So you have to follow these 3 steps for that. Okay, you have to first write down all the terms. Then if one or more variables are missing, then you have to expand it by multiplying with the, suppose B is missing, then B plus B bar, A is missing, A plus A bar. So, and then finally you have to drop out the redundant terms. So what do you mean by redundant terms? The terms which are repeated. Now in this case, here you can observe very small example. So you need to find out what are the min terms. But for min terms, in order to find min terms, you should write this expression in terms of standard SOP form first of all. So hence what we have done, so we have observed that it is A bar, it is B bar. Two terms are present, but this is the function of two variables. Why? Because you can observe here A and B, two variables you can observe. So in first term B was absent, and in second term A was absent. So hence we have put this bracket, right? And then next step is we have done the multiplication, A bar B plus A bar B bar. Similarly, A B bar plus A bar B bar. Then we have find out that A bar B bar A bar B bar is redundant terms. Okay, it is occurring for 2 times. Hence you have to write it for only once and eliminate the next term. Okay, so finally we got 3 min terms, and again we have find out that this A bar B is nothing but 0, 1. So this becomes M1. A bar B bar, that is 0, 0. So it becomes M0. This is AB bar, that is 1, 0. So it becomes M2. Okay, so in this way we have found out this particular thing. I have also given you one example. How many of you have done this example? Have you tried? In the last session, I have to ask you to find out the main terms for this particular question. Not You don't have to find out the max terms. We will see that what is max term and all. But I have asked you to. So can anyone tell me how many min terms and which min terms are present?
Sir, 10 midterms are present.
Total 10 min terms you have found out. Okay, so I will just go to the answer. So right, you're absolutely right. So just verify whether these 10 terms you got or not. M4, M5, M8, M9, M10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. These are also 10 terms. So very good. Just
Sir,
verify whether all these min terms you got or not. Okay. Sorry for the noise. It is actually at my end. So you got these min terms. So if you got these min terms, then it is very good. Okay. So now we will go back and we will observe the second representation of Boolean expression, that is standard product of sum form, that is POS form. Okay. So we have completed the discussion regarding sum of products. Now it is product of sum. Okay. Kindly note the difference. Then this form is also called as conjunctive canonical form or canonical product of sum form. So this is derived by considering the combination for which function equals to 0. So initially in standard sum of product form, this function, okay, we have find out when function equals to 1, and what is the difference when function equals to 1 and what it mean by function equals to 0, then we will get to know while mapping the k-map, while studying the k-map. Okay, so just for now remember this, that these terms are derived by considering the combinations of the function f for which the value of function f is 0, and in case of sum of product it was function equals to 1. Okay, so just note the difference. You will get a clear cut idea about what we are talking about this in while discussing the k-map session. All right, so in this form the expression is the product of a number of sum term. So this, in this expression, it is the product of number of sum terms. So the operation, so I have already told you that how to remember this and not to get confused. Sum of product or product of sum, always remember the first term is talking about the operation between two terms, and second term is talking about the term itself, right? So now product of sum, that means the operation between two terms is of product, but how the terms are there? Terms are in the sum, right? So the same thing I have been mentioned here is the product of number of sum terms where each sum term contains all the variables of function either in complemented or uncomplemented form. Again, it does not matter to you whether your variable is in complemented form or uncomplemented form. What you require that in standard product of sum form, all variables should be present. Okay, so uh, if that is the case, then we will call it as standard. So for example, if you observe this function It is the function of three variables a, b, and c. It is nothing but in bracket a bar plus b product a plus b. So here you can observe that the operation between these two terms are nothing but it is of product, right? So this is your first term a bar plus b bar, and it is your second term. Okay, so you can observe that between the terms the operation is sum, so hence sum is between the terms, and this is product, so it becomes product of sum. So just don't get confused with the representation, it is very very important. अगर यही एक्सप्रेशन मुझे प्रोडक्ट ऑफ सम में लिखना था, और सॉरी सम ऑफ प्रोडक्ट में लिखना था, तो इट वाज लाइक ए बार, इट हैज टू बी लाइक ए बार डॉट बी बार, है ना, प्लस ए बी. So this is the representation, same representation, this is the representation in sum of product, sum of product, this is the representation in product of sums. I hope you got this concept. Then you can observe here, then if you observe this term, now this is your complete term, okay, complete one term, this is also your second term. So if you observe this term and both the terms, there is no one variable is absent in both the term, that is of variable c. So we have understood, we have found out that variable c is absent in both the terms, so hence it cannot be your standard product of sum form, right? Then how to get the standard sum of product? So we are just adding here c into c bar to both the terms. Why? Because by the law of AND gate, we have seen in the last lecture or the last lecture, it's a couple of lectures back, we have seen our discussion that when variable and its complement is operated by the product, when there is an AND operation between and variable and its complement, then their product will be always 0. Why? Because at any time any one of those inputs will be 0. और AND ऑपरेशन क्या कहता है कि जैसे आपका वन ऑफ द इनपुट इज 0, आउटपुट विल बी 0. So hence this c plus c dot c bar will be always equals to 0. So hence what we are doing actually here, we are adding 0. So addition of 0 means nothing. So hence these two brackets are exactly equal. Why? Because in this case we are just adding c bar, we are adding 0. Okay? So just remember, so here also we have added a bar plus b bar plus c bar, and here also we have added a b plus c bar. अगर a वेरिएबल एब्सेंट रहता तो we could have add a bar. अगर b एब्सेंट रहता तो b bar, right? Now the function abc, again, now this is very important. So from this step, from the second step, how to get to the third step? So now you can observe that, just clear the notation just. Now I'm talking about this bracket now. So this bracket is expanded like this. So you can observe a bar plus b bar plus c bar was there initially. Then here what we have done, we have kept a bar b bar as it is. Here we have taken the addition plus c, and here we have given plus c bar. तो जो c बार का c यहाँ पे दिया इस ब्रैकेट में along with the a bar plus b bar, and c bar we have given it at this bracket along with the a bar plus b bar. Okay, so many of you might have might question like sir ये तो लेकिन दिखने में तो अलग दिख रहा है, and how can you do this? Okay, so जिनके भी मन में क्वेश्चन है, those are having doubts, then I will just tell you one thing, just do this multiplication of these two brackets. So when you do this multiplication of two brackets and you will solve by applying the laws, different laws, then you will observe that these two bracket, the multiplication of these two bracket is nothing but this bracket only. Just आप करके देखना है. Okay, so this is homework for you. क्या करोगे? You have to multiply these two brackets. So multiplication, how will the multiplication will be like? A bar into A bar plus A bar into B bar plus A bar into C bar. Then B bar into A bar, B bar into B bar, B bar into C bar. Then again C A bar, C B bar, C C bar. Okay, and when you operate them like A bar into A bar, क्या होगा? A bar into A bar will be A bar only. So when you do like that, then you can observe that this bracket is nothing but equivalent to this bracket, and this bracket is nothing but equivalent to these two brackets. Okay, so it is just for the these are just representations, different representations of A bar plus B bar only. We have not added any term actually. The function remains itself. Okay, so now it's up to you how to remember this thing. So generally what you do when any one term in product of sum form is missing, then you first write it as plus CC bar, and then what you do, you do different two brackets here, you write different two brackets here. Okay, and then in first bracket you give C, and in second bracket you give C bar. These two terms will be same, A bar, B bar. Similarly, in this case, here you can observe. Now, in this term, again C variable C was missing. So, hence, in the next step, what we have done, we have added C bar. Because we know that C bar is nothing but 0. So, these are just adjustments, right? So, now you can observe here two brackets we have formed. In first bracket, A plus B, it is kept constant, A plus B, and then plus C. And in second bracket, what we have done, A plus B plus C bar. Okay, so you have to give C in one bracket and C bar in another bracket, whereas A plus B will remain same. Now you can observe in this representation there are four different terms. Okay, 1 2 3 4, and in these all four terms you can observe that three variables are present, either in complementary form or uncomplementary form, right? So hence these terms are now called as max terms. In case of SOP it was min terms. In case of POS it is max terms. So what is the definition of max term? A sum term which contains all the variables of the function either in complemented or uncomplemented form is called as max terms. Again, similar to the min terms, an n variable function can have 2 raised to power n max terms. तो min terms भी आपने आपके maximum possible min terms भी 2 raised to power n ही थे, और यहाँ पे भी 2 raised to power n will be the max term. Maximum possible, okay. तो अगर आपको कोई confusion है तो just stay along with me, we will discuss this. थोड़ा आपको कंफ्यूजन इसलिए रहेगा क्योंकि ऑलरेडी वी हैव सीन सम ऑफ प्रोडक्ट. तो जो लोगों ने सम ऑफ प्रोडक्ट एक बार फिर से पढ़ा नहीं तो वो कंफ्यूज कर होंगे यहाँ पे. So always have a habit of whatever we have discussed in the lecture. As soon as our lecture has completed, I upload it on the YouTube. So just go to that, check it one more time, and if you are having any problem then you can ask me. तब का तब पढ़ा तो आपको ध्यान में रहेगा, ठीक है. So anyways, after the lecture I will forward you the PPT, so you can go through it, right? So a max term is defined as the sum term of n variables in which each of the n variable will appear once either in its complemented or uncomplemented form. The max term is denoted by, now note the differences between max term and min terms. First difference is the representation. min terms के लिए आपने small m लिया था. Okay, so this is how you denote min term. So for max term you will use capital M. Again, this is the same where I is nothing but in the range of 0 less than or equals to I to raised to power n. Okay, so if your variable is of two variable, so n will be equals to 2, right? So total max term possible will be 2 raised to power n, that is 4. And how will these min terms will be there, max terms? So it will start from the 0, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay. It is strictly less than 7. So here you can observe these are the designations of max term for two variable Boolean function. Now again, very important difference between min term and max term and product of sum and sum of product is this. This point is very crucial. Now what is the difference? If you remember that while discussing the min terms, what we have seen that if 0 is assigned to variable, we have written the complementary form of the variable, है ना? When 0 is assigned, we have written the complementary form. But now here in this case, you can observe when 0 is assigned to variable, you have to write the uncomplementary form, means no bar is there. And if 1 is assigned to the variable, now you have to take the complementary form. So same has been mentioned here. A variable is in complemented form if its value is assigned to it is 1. If value assigned to variable is 1, then it will be in complemented form. Whereas in case of min terms or in case of sum of product, it was opposite to it. वहाँ पे क्या था, अगर असाइन वैल्यू वेरिएबल को 1 हो गई है तो दैट वेरिएबल विल बी इन अनकॉम्प्लीमेंटेड फॉर्म, मतलब बार नहीं होगा उस पर. Whereas in this case it is opposite to what we have seen in the sum of product form. Okay, so this point is very important and you should know. And a variable is uncomplemented form if its value assigned to 0. So I hope you got this difference. This difference is very important and it will be very much needed in order to write all the min terms. So suppose I am considering this particular case. So this is two variable representation. So when both variables are assigned to value 0, then the designation will be like this, m uske suffix में 0 and the max term will be a plus b, है ना? Since here अभी उल्टा हो गया, 0 value assign होगी तो uncomplimented form, and if I'm talking about this, then 1 1, when the values assigned to the variable are 1 1, then you have to take complementary form, right? So you must understand what are the differences between SOP and POS. and you can remember any one standards or any one representation, and just opposite to that will be the second representation, है ना. Again यहाँ पे initially it was, in case of sum of product, it was product sign, but here you can observe it is summation, sum sign, plus sign. Okay, so if you are having any confusion, then you can ask me. I will just wait for a couple of minutes here. Just read this slide one more time, and if you are having any confusion, then you can ask me. All right. So I got a few replies. It is clear. So good, very good. Now similarly, this is the three variable Boolean function, and possible max terms for the three variable Boolean function will be similar to the possible min terms, that is 2 raised to power 3, it is equals to 8 max terms will be there possibly. Okay, so now these are again the same representation like we have already seen, a b c three variables, and we have given all the combinations in terms of zeros and ones, and we have found out the total 8 combinations can be given. So these 8 combinations, you can remember it like 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, and if you observe, these codes are nothing but the binary equivalent of these decimal numbers. Okay, so you can remember it likewise. And now in standard product of sum form, you have to, whenever the value assigned to or your variable is 1, then you have to take the complemented form. So you can observe here a bar plus b bar plus c bar. Since the value assigned to all variables are 1, you have to take complemented form. And of course, the sign between two terms, between two variables will be plus, because it is sum of a product of sum. Okay, so each term will be in the summation form, and their product will be, it will be called as their product of sums. So same here also, I have mentioned all the possible max terms for 4 variable Boolean function. Okay, so just apply the same logic and kindly you can go through it. Possible max terms are given by this formula, 2 raised to power n, that is 2 raised to power 4, because in this case 4 variables are used, so it becomes 16. So here you can observe 8 max terms are given here, 8 max terms are given here. So 8 plus 8, 16. Then again, I have kept the same flow. Okay, if you observe the flow of your product of sum and sum of product are exactly equal. So in case of sum of product, what we have written? We have written the same representation we have seen, but what was the difference? Small m was there. In case of product of sum, capital M is there. Okay, so just remember this, अगर small की जगह पे capital और capital की जगह पे आपने small कर दिया तो it will be wrong. And again another difference is this, that here we have used, instead of summation, we have used this pi symbol. So this pi is nothing but, it is the product of. How to read that? It is the product of. And earlier it was like this, it is summation of, it is product of, because we have seen that it was sum of product, hence there was summation. Here it is product of sum, so hence it is product of. So function ABC will be the product of max terms. So these max terms 0, 1, 6, 7. So these are max terms. These max terms came from the example which we have seen in the earlier slide. So I will just go back to the slides. Okay, so these are these max terms. We have taken it from this equation, Boolean expression. You can just find out. Okay, so a bar, right? So a bar is nothing but 0, 0, 1. Then again we are now finding out the binary equivalent. Okay, then 0, 0, just 1 second, 0. So this term becomes this max term. The suffix of this max term becomes 1. Suffix of this max term becomes 0. Then again 1, 1, 1. So suffix of this max term will be 7, 1, 1, 0. Hence total 4 max terms are present, and these max terms are nothing but this is M0, it is M1. Okay, this is M0, M1, M6 and M7. So out of total 8 possible max terms, 4 max terms are present here, and these max terms I have written here. Okay, so 0, 1, 6, 7, where pi of m represents the product of all max terms, those whose decimal codes are given in the parenthesis. Okay, so just go through it one more time. Product of sum and sum of product. So the flow of discussion is exactly same. Just remember what are the differences, key differences, and then it will be very easy for you to understand these concepts. Then now we will see one example of product of sum. Again the same steps you have to follow. Okay, so if you want to convert your product of sum form to the standard product of sum form, then you have to follow these 3 steps. First step is you have to write down all the terms. So I will side by side explain with this example. So you can observe here the example is expand this term is given a into b bar plus a into b bar. Okay, so this a is different term, this b plus a is one term, because now they have asked you max term. So max term is nothing but in which representation you will get max term in POS, it is product of sum. So how many terms are actually present here? This one is second, and b is third. Second one is b bar plus a. All right, so from now this expression, what we have observed that it is the expression of how many variables? This expression is the expression of how many variables? Can anyone reply?
Variable.
Yes, 2 variables. So now you want to find out that whether in each term there has to be 2 variables. Okay, for that expression to be standard POS form, in each term there should be 2 variables, but it is not the case. You can observe here, यहाँ पे a अकेला है, फिर बाद में एक term complete है, then again यहाँ पे b अकेला है, right? So what we have understood that it is not in standard form. Now we have to convert it into the standard form. So you have to follow these steps. What are these steps? First is you have to write this expression. Okay, so we have written it. Then second, you have to add the missing terms in this format. So now in first term, okay, I'm talking about this a, there was no sum term present, right? So hence we have added b term was missing, so hence we have added b into b bar. सेकेंड टर्म का तो कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं था, ऑलरेडी टू वेरिएबल्स वॉज प्रेजेंट. बट इन अगेन थर्ड टर्म, that is this b, a was absent, so we have added b plus a into a bar. Okay, and now how to expand these b bar, a bar terms? In order to expand these terms, what you have to do, just observe, I am expanding this term. So this term will be this variable will be as it is a plus. तो एक बार a plus को b देना है और दूसरे ब्रैकेट में a plus b bar. So here you can observe this is the expansion, है ना. So this bracket a plus b into a plus b bar, it is nothing but a plus b into b bar, it is nothing but a. सेम ही है तीनों. Not this a, it should be actually first term, this a. So all three are same because we know that b into b bar is nothing but 0 and a bar plus 0 is a. Okay, similarly if you multiply these two terms, if you expand these two terms, then you will also get a only. करना है तो करके देखो, आई विल जस्ट एक रफली बताता हूँ आपको. ओके, सो यहाँ पे a इंटू ए, राइट, a इंटू ए का क्या होगा, a इंटू ए विल बी a only by the applying the laws of Boolean algebra. Then a into b bar, okay, so a into b bar will be as it is, a into b bar, a into b bar, then b into a, okay, so then b into a, so I am writing it as ab, b into a is nothing but ab, and final will be b into b bar, so b into b bar is nothing but 0, है ना. तो मैं वो नहीं लिख रहा. so now, so just यहाँ से a कॉमन निकालो. सो a जब कॉमन निकालोगे आप, देन यू विल बी फाइंडिंग दैट इन ब्रैकेट इट विल बी b bar plus b plus b bar or b bar plus b. So now we know that b plus b bar or b bar plus b is nothing but 1. So 1 multiplied by a. So आपके पास क्या होगा, a plus a. मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ यहाँ पे, आई एम जस्ट proving that these two brackets are nothing but equivalent to this first term a. So these are just three different representation of a only. So a plus a again क्या हो जाएगा, a, है ना. तो कुछ अलग नहीं ऐड कर रहे और अलग आप, you are not changing actually the values of your function. I'm explaining that. Okay, so just representation you have to write it like this. So first term, for first term here will be, it will be expanded like this, a plus b and a plus b bar. Similarly for second term there is no problem, this term will be as it is because both variables are present. Now this term, just let me change the color of annotation. Now this b plus a into a bar, so how will you expand that, b plus ये as it is रहेगा, इधर जितनी भी टर्म्स वेरिएबल्स है ना प्रेजेंट, वो एज इट इज रहेंगे सब. सिर्फ आपको क्या करना है, यू हैव टू ऐड a in one bracket and a bar in another bracket. So b plus a in one bracket and b plus a bar in another bracket. Okay, now you have to observe whether any of these terms are redundant terms or not. So these are total 1 2 3 4 5 terms are there, and by the observation you can find out that it is a plus b is here, here also it is b plus a. So these terms are redundant. Again there is one more redundant term which is a plus b bar and b bar plus a, one and the same thing. So you have to remove the redundant terms and write it only for once. ओके, दो बार हो गए तो एक बार ही लिखना है, पांच बार हो गए, चार बार हो गए, तीन बार हो गए तो भी आपको एक ही बार लिखना है वो टर्म. So this is the final representation. And now you have to find out which min terms, which max terms are present. So since it is not complemented, you can collect 1 1. 1 1 is nothing but max term equals to 2. This becomes 1 0. Sorry. This should not be complemented form. We are discussing POS, okay? So for POS, what is our strategy? अगर complemented होगा तो that will be 1. अगर अनकॉम्प्लीमेंटेड होगा तो दैट विल बी 0, है ना. while discussing min terms it was okay, but now here it is different. So now here you have to take here 0 0. So this becomes, this max term becomes 0. So again here also 0 1. This becomes max term 1. Now here observe a term is taken as first, okay. So now here a term is taken as first, so this becomes 1 and 0. यहाँ पे उल्टा लिखा है ना, b प्लस ए बार, तो आपको a पहले लिखना है. Okay, so likewise you have to collect these terms and finally you got max terms which are equals to the product of max term equals to 0 1 comma 2. So three max terms are present. Okay, so this is regarding this product of sum form. So one example is I have also discussed. So in this example it was already explained up to the min terms, है ना. लास्ट सेशन में I have given you the homework for expand this expression is given to the min terms and max terms. So how will you decide that whether to find out standard SOP form or standard product of sum form, that is POS form? Then you have to first observe that in this given expression, this which is the representation of this expression. If it is product of sum, then you have to go for the standard product of sum and you have to find out max term first. Okay, just remember this. Listen carefully. Which term you should find first? You have to, for that you have to observe the expression. If it is given in SOP form, that is sum of product, then you have to find out min term first and then you can find out max term. तो मीन टर्म्स एंड मैक्स टर्म्स आर कॉम्प्लीमेंटेड टू ईच अदर. अगर मीन टर्म्स आपके तीन टर्म्स है, सो आई विल जस्ट एक्सप्लेन इट हियर. ओके ओके, सो कौन से टर्म फाइंड आउट करना है पहले, मीन टर्म की मैक्स टर्म, ये कैसे डिसाइड करोगे आप? अगर ये जो इक्वेशन है वो अगर एसओपी फॉर्म में तो यू हैव टू फाइंड आउट मीन टर्म्स फर्स्ट, और अगर ये पीओएस फॉर्म में तो यू हैव टू फाइंड आउट मैक्स टर्म फर्स्ट. ओके, so in this case this expression was in sum of product, so hence we find out min terms first. So this is the same example which at the starting I have asked you whether someone have solved it or not. So this is the same example. Okay, so we'll just move to the next slide. Okay, so we have find out min terms first. Why? Because the expression, given expression was in sum of product, so these were your min terms. अभी आपको min terms पता चल गए. नाउ यू हैव टू फाइंड आउट सपोज मैक्स टर्म्स. देन हाउ विल यू डू दैट? जो टर्म्स min terms नहीं है, टोटल 16 min terms आर देयर ना, बिकॉज इट इज द 4 वेरिएबल फंक्शन. सो 0 से लेके 15 तक आपके min terms पॉसिबल है, बट along in that from 0 to 15 only 10 min terms are present here. the remaining 6 will be your max terms, है ना। अगर आपने मीन टर्म फाइंड आउट किया तो मैक्स टर्म उसके रिमेनिंग हो गए जो मिसिंग है, जो मीन टर्म्स नहीं है दैट टर्म्स विल बी योर मैक्स टर्म। और अगर मैक्स टर्म पहले फाइंड आउट किया और मैक्स टर्म में जो टर्म्स नहीं है दैट विल बी योर मीन टर्म। Okay, so now here 10 terms are present, so these 10 terms are min terms, but 6 terms are absent or missing in the min term, so that 6 terms are nothing but your max term. You can observe 0 1 2 3 6 7 are not present here, are they? No. So the same have been mentioned here also. In the SOP form the min terms are missing, hence in POS form the max terms will be present, and hence you can write down the POS form also. Okay, so similarly you have to go through one more example. Okay, so we'll just take your couple of more minutes and then we will conclude our discussion. So here the question is, now observe the question: expand A into A bar plus B, A bar plus B plus C bar to max term and min terms. Now how to approach this problem? First you should understand this expression, this Boolean expression, it is represented in which form, SOP or POS? I'm talking about this expression. Just give me the answer. Whether it is expressed in POS or SOP. Anyone?
POS.
Right. So you have to just observe between two product terms, between two terms there is product. Right? Here also it is product. So this representation is nothing but POS. So if your function is represented in POS, then which term you should find first? POS से associated आपका max term. और अगर SOP अगर यहाँ पे होता, ये expression अगर SOP में होता तो you have to find out the min term first. So ये जो दो example लिए मैंने वो अलग अलग दो example है. Okay, so just go through the two example once. Here now how to approach this? Okay, so we have found out that this expression is in POS form, we have found out. So we will go for the max term first. But how will you give? How will you get max term? You have to convert this POS form into standard POS form. Okay. Then you have to do these many manipulations in order to get standard POS form. So this given expression is three variable function A, B and C. Therefore, by adding all missing variables in corresponding terms, we get. So I am just following those three steps. मैंने जैसे equation था वैसे ही लिखा first. Okay. Then you can observe the first term was only A. So here two variables are missing, B and C. So you can observe here in first term I have added A plus B bar plus C bar, since B and C both were absent or missing. Okay, so in second term only C variable was absent. So here you can observe I have added plus C bar. And there is no problem with the third term because in third term all three variables are present already. Now I will just explain you about this term because it is very important. So now here observe A plus AB bar plus CC bar और यहाँ पे A bar plus B plus CC bar. तो ये तो this is very easy. How to expand this? You have to give A bar plus B plus C और दूसरे ब्रैकेट में A bar plus B plus C, इस ब्रैकेट का बता रहा हूँ. ए बार प्लस बी, और एक ब्रैकेट में सी दे दोगे और दूसरे ब्रैकेट में सी बार. सो इन दिस वे यू कैन expand this bracket. But first is looking quite complex, है ना. दिस इज योर फर्स्ट ब्रैकेट. सो एक एक करके आपको एक्सपांड करना है. सो फर्स्ट जस्ट एक्सपांड दिस टू and let C bar as it is. So here you can observe only B bar is expanded, A plus B bar. So in expansion you can observe two different brackets. In one bracket A plus B, in second bracket A plus B bar. So C bar is kept as it is. Now in next step, what we have done, in next step, A plus B plus C bar, we have given this C bar into this term as well as this term. A plus B plus C बार, अगेन A plus B बार, ये जो टर्म था उसको भी C बार दे दिया. नाउ अगेन you have to expand this term. Let's say I am denoting because I am considering this term. Now A plus B plus C, A plus B plus C, again A plus B plus C bar, A plus B plus C bar. Similarly here also A plus B bar plus C, A plus B bar plus C, और दूसरे ब्रैकेट में A प्लस बी बार प्लस सी बार, A प्लस बी बार प्लस सी बार. Okay, so in this way you have to do the expansion, and then after the expansion you will observe that these two terms are redundant, so you have to write it for only once. Then this will be your final standard POS form. Then you have to collect the max term. So you will see that M0, M1, M2, M3, M4 and M5, these will be your max terms. So these can be written in this fashion also. But since this is the 3 variable expression, total possible max term was 8, but out of it you got only 6 here, 0 1 2 3 4 5. So 2 are remaining, so 2 max terms are missing here. That means those 2 will be your mean terms. जो भी मैक्स टर्म में मिसिंग है टर्म्स, दैट विल बी योर मीन टर्म्स, और जो भी मीन टर्म में मिसिंग है दैट विल बी योर मैक्स टर्म. सो हियर यू कैन ऑब्जर्व इन द POS फॉर्म द मैक्स टर्म 6 and 7 आर मिसिंग. हेंस इन SOP फॉर्म POS में जो मिसिंग है वो SOP में मीन टर्म्स. Hence in SOP form min term 6 and 7 will be present. Therefore SOP form will be like this. Okay, so I hope you understand this particular concept. I already taken 5 more minutes of yours, so sorry for that. Just go through these 2 examples. I will share you the PPT. Go through the PPT, because this much knowledge is very important in order to start with the K map. तो K map का concept तो बहुत ही important. Okay, so we will meet in on Saturday, I think. Okay, if you are having any doubt, then you can ask me. Otherwise we will conclude our session here. So thank you.